Business Insights on Talking with the Experts, hosted by Rose Davidson.
Hello. Have you ever wanted to know how you can stop fixing and start leading your business? Did you know that having 24/7 tech support is changing the game for small business owners? My guest today is Andrew Bolton, and Andrew's going to talk to us about that very thing. And he is the CEO and co-founder of TechRescue. It is a US-based company delivering 24/7 human-powered tech support for seniors, families, and small businesses. He's a Harvard-trained finance strategist with roots in Wall Street and private equity. Andrew brings lean operational discipline to technology support and human management. Under his leadership, TechRescue is tackling one of the biggest silent crises in business. That's tech stress. I can relate to that. From failing Wi-Fi and phishing scams to remote setup and device confusion, his team gives people back their time, clarity, and peace of mind. Wonderful. Known for his straight talk and bold thinking, Andrew blends financial acumen with street smart execution. He's been featured on Fox, Pix 11, and over a dozen business podcasts, and he's just getting started. Andrew Bolton, welcome to Talking with the Experts.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. And to all of your listeners and followers, good day from the States.
Good day. Absolutely. Andrew, tell me, how did you get started in, offering tech support to, the wider community?
Serendipity always grants opportunity, right? So my mother and I were sitting around the kitchen table like most families do around the world. And my father comes into the kitchen and he asks, well, how do you forward an email? Now, mind you, my father's been around since the time of punch cards. Now, for all of you who don't know what a punch card is, ask your grandparents. Or basically, long story short, is they were these 2 by 10 little cards that had 10 slots, and they were computations. They were mathematical equations that were using computers as punch cards to read a long version equation. This was the original computer. That's how it all started. Anyway, I said, Dad, how do you not know how to do it? He gets frustrated, throws his hands up, and walks out the door. So I go and help him and come back, and I sit down and I say, how is there not a service out there? How is there not a thing? And believe it or not, there really wasn't. So my mother did something that all good mothers do, is how would you do it? And she poked a bear, and here we are 2 years later.
Wow, 2 years. Wow, and you've built up such a great company. A lot of seniors do find it challenging to use tech. I know my husband is a total technophobe. He just can't get his head around anything, even his phone. I have to buy him a really simple phone. So how do we train our seniors to be better?
So that's a really good question. And unfortunately, the game is stacked a little bit, unfortunately. So what we found, my father was a great example. You can find that on our YouTube channel on Tech Rescue. Facebook has changed many of its settings and the layout of its settings. The reason why they do that is because on your settings, you can turn off data reciprocation, meaning that the data that you use on Facebook doesn't get reported back to them. Well, if they hide that, then you can't turn it off. So they can't really monitor you when they can't market to you. So they can't advertise to you. See how that works? So they constantly change the game. Now, mind you, they're under law to be able to provide you the option to do so. But under those contracts, nowhere does it say that I have to make your job easy to find it.
Yes.
So now we have companies playing three-card Monte, and that's the problem. We have all these companies that are removing contact information on purpose to negate liability. We're just people. We're trying to all have been in those situations on the side of the road. You call for help and you just need somebody to pick up the phone. Your credit card gets stolen on a trip with your family. And now press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish, and going through the maze. And you're stuck in a country and you have a flight tomorrow and you have no money. You need somebody on the phone. We have optimized, that lovely word, optimized ourselves into just negating the one thing in the world that we need. That's communication. So
Mm.
with that being in mind, this was an easy thing to do. Now, believe it or not, I believe you have a company in Australia, in Brisbane, a company called Greyology with a
Okay.
young Mr. Reed, young entrepreneur. He's got the right idea. He's going around and he's helping the same thing. So there is this need that we have.
Mm.
We have this need. And what makes it so unique is that at the end of the day, it proves it all right. We just want to communicate.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a business owner, or even just as a normal person, I suppose that our time is valuable, and we don't want to be spending it trying to figure out how to do this thing and that thing. So how do we reclaim our time, Andrew?
That's a great question. So young businesses, and young not being, old phobic if we're going down that road. Young businesses, startups, small businesses, bodegas, restaurants, delis, little side carts. You can't do everything at once. Listen, there's only 24 hours in the day, 7 days a week, 164 hours in a week. There's only so much time you can do for everything. So eventually you're gonna have to hand it off to someone. Now the
Mm.
problem is price. When you start having these companies, saying that they need you to charge you for $3,000 for your business because they do all these other, how do you afford that? So here's the question. If you're a business owner and you're taking the attitude of that, I can do everything myself, okay, maybe you can. But are you the best person at it? Because you may make a great, fantastic grilled cheese sandwich. I'm just being facetious here.
Mm.
Fantastic grilled cheese sandwich, but you don't have all the time to be doing all the emails.
Mm.
You're gonna have, and this is where business owners have to do with time management. You can't do everything at once. You're gonna have to give something up. And what is it gonna be?
Yeah, usually it's my tech. Like, I've got um all-in-one computer. It's got 1 terabyte
Mhm.
of um
Yep.
memory on the drive, and so I'm constantly juggling and trying not to download too many programs, so it's not using up all the memory on the drive. So, you know, I've got two external drives where I save everything because the C drive just won't. We'll get back to the tech issue. Why is real human support outperforming AI and chatbots? Why do we need to rely more on humans than AI?
Well, I mean, the answer is obvious if it not. Think about this. How deep of a conversation can you have with a computer?
Well, not
How
very.
emotionally how emotionally connected can you get to a computer? At the end of the day, there is something that is so primordial embedded in our DNA, in our hardwiring, that communication between humans is the only way that we really succeed. Yes, there are outliers out there. Statistically, there are outliers. And I am not saying that AI is a product that is not useful. It is completely a fantastic new tool. We are in the dawn of Prometheus.
Mhm.
Prometheus brought us fire, and from that period of time, we have given birth to incredible inventions. Now, with the form of AI and the beginnings of commercializing quantum computers, those two aspects combined, we have now built a system where there is no question that we can't ask. And that's where the next stages of business is going to be, is those new questions. But human beings are the only ones that can ask questions. And I don't care what argument is made in terms of AI's capability, only human beings have proven creativity. Without creativity, there is no other code, because the code is code. And anybody that understands the two by two matrix of it understands that, yes, what we put into that can be infinite, but there still has to be a continuation.
Mm.
Without continuation, all it is just recycling.
Absolutely. No, I mean, and thank you for answering the question so well, because there is people are so against AI, but they don't realize that you still need that human input to make the AI do what you want it to do. It can't do things on its own. It still needs someone in there to put the letters or the numbers or the whatever it is that they're looking for. So we can't just rely on AI or chatbots for everything. We have to still put stuff in there for it to respond.
Think of it this way. The best analogy I can put that I've heard so far was from another podcast in terms of ammunition rounds, right? Let's say you have a cartridge of 5 bullets, all right? Lead heads, full 100 grain bullets, brass casings and everything. You fire those rounds, you collect the shells, you fill them up again, and you continue this process over and over and over and over and over again, right? Now, it doesn't matter which way you point the weapon, all right? Those 5 bullets keep going. Eventually, over however many times those rounds go through a chamber and do exactly what they're supposed to do, the casings are going to wear off and that bullet is going to become worthless. It's cracked. It cannot longer be useful anymore, ever again, no matter how many times we wear it down. Eventually, the quality will eventually break down. And eventually you will run out of bullets. If you go on that assumption and that analogy for AI, yes, you can recycle the same thing in different variations, right? The square root of 625 is 25. You can put that in any different way you want, but at the end of the day, unless something new, a new thought, a new question, a new idea is put into the equation, you're
Mm,
just recycling it all over again. There's only so many variations, like Elvis Presley and the Beatles and the Bee Gees combined for a mixtape. There's only so many combinations that we can do AI wise, unless you come up
absolutely.
with
Yep. No, I
end of
totally agree with you.
end of story. Argument's done.
That's it. Absolutely. Andrew, what are the hidden emotional and financial tolls of unmanaged tech issues, from your perspective?
Well, let me ask you this. If you're a person that's being paid an hourly rate and you're frustrated, how long have you been sitting in front of a computer, not doing your job or just wasting the day away? Times that on an hourly rate per day, per month, per year, annualized. There you go. That's the cost of you not taking the action of just putting something in place. Now, it doesn't have to be an IT system. TechRescue is an easy solution. At 35 US dollars a month, 34.99, you have 24-hour customer support, 7 days a week, anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. As long as you have data and Wi-Fi and a satellite connection, I can get to you. With that being said, we can walk you and get you through the problems. We're not sending you a library. We're not sending you videos. We're not going ahead. We are taking access to the computer with a secured bank encryption link. We have now access to the computer or device. We can go through the process, help you through that process for as long as it takes. And believe it or not, what we've found in over the course of our incorporation is that at the end of the day, when our customers call in, our repeat customers call in, it's hi, Mrs. Anderson, hi, Mrs. Johnson, hi, Mr. Markowitz. How can I help you today? Now you've got somebody that recognizes you, that identifies you, that, all right, I have help. You've been stuck. You can't get through to somebody on the phone. And finally, after 45 minutes and the worst background music to have ever been invented, after all of that, you finally get somebody on the phone and she's like, how can I help you? And you're like, let me tell you.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. Even with the web hosting, you don't actually speak to a person. It's all, um,
Exactly.
online chats, and sometimes it's really frustrating because they don't speak English well, and so it's really challenging sometimes to get your
It
point across
is.
what you need. And
And at the
I
end of the
don't.
day, it doesn't matter. It could be the printer is not connecting. It could be that one of the Wi-Fi has gone down. The Bluetooth isn't connecting. But to you, and this is what makes my business so good. And not to brag or not to boast, but this is why we're successful because at the end of the day, we understand to you. to you at this very moment, Rose, at this very moment where you are in Australia right now, this problem to you is the most important problem right now in your world. Your world is burning down and you could care less about anything else. But right now, in my world, right here and now, this is my problem. And I need somebody to take that as seriously as I do. And it could be 3 o'clock in the morning because my daughter is staying over and the baby's sleeping and the baby woke up. I'm up. I need to whatever the reason may be. And guess what? You don't have time to wait till 8 o'clock the next morning. I need it now.
Mm.
We've all been there. And for some convoluted reason, the whole Fortune 500 world went, call us in the morning.
Yes. I get it. I totally get it. I really do.
And what gets us, and as a consumer, the reason why we're successful is because we, as the consumer, for years have went, okay, we'll take that. But we've now gotten to the point where they have gotten to the point of just going, you know what, talk to the computer and call us maybe when we get around to it. And guess what we found out? We exist, which means that everybody is tired of that. We
Mm.
just want to pick up the phone and call somebody. I have a problem. I want it fixed now, not during business hours, not during when you get back from break or when I finally make it through the maze. I pay you. I bought your product. I subscribe to your service. I need help. Can somebody please help me? Hi, we're here. Tech Rescue. We
Absolutely.
handle
Andrew,
everything. We handle everything. You got a problem? Hi, we're here. Brisbane, Australia? Hi, we're here. 24 hours, 7 days a week, even on the World Cup in America, because we don't watch the World Cup.
why
No
not?
offense. You don't have cheerleaders.
That's hilarious. I love it.
I'm serious. You don't have cheerleaders. Listen,
Uh,
listen, everybody loves soccer. I see the crowd. It looks fantastic. I don't understand a thing that's going on. I love the energy. If you had a set of cheerleaders, you got a ticket from me. Hi, I'd buy a ticket. Just you
wonderful.
got some cheerleaders. I'm all for. We
Wonderful.
New York Red Bulls. We have the New York Red Bulls. If
Yeah.
we had some cheerleaders, I got season. I'm okay with season tickets.
Wonderful.
Just
I'll
an
have a
idea for
word.
the just an idea for FIFA. I'm just saying. Maybe
I'll have
if
a
you want
word.
the American market, I'm throwing the idea. I'm just throwing the idea out for FIFA. I'm just
Write them a letter, Andrew.
well, this is going on YouTube, so I just want the credit on Wikipedia that I suggested the
All right,
changes.
no worries. Now, if you want to find out about Tech Rescue, you can find it on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on their website, techrescue.io. And they have a YouTube channel as well, and an X. They're on X, and you've got a product. Check out Add to Cart that you want to promote today, Andrew.
You can just check out our website at www.techrescue.io or give us a call anytime that's convenient for you at 855-250-8586. Anywhere in the world, give us a call. We can help you. I know we've all been there. It's frustrating. I know. I know. Believe me. But believe me, there's help. Hi, I'm here. There's help. Help is on the way. All you have to do is pick up the phone, 855-250-8586, and help is on the way. No more pulling out your hair. Look, I've lost all my hair getting frustrated with technology. I'm here to save you. Don't spend money on the hair extensions, on the Bosley. Call Tech Rescue. We'll save you from that. $35 a month or 380 US dollars for the year. Annual subscription. Call as much as you want. If I was to start accepting the amount of times that we've been offered pies and cakes and everybody's secret recipe that you have to try, I could have a bakery. I could have a bakery in New York City.
Don't forget the country code is a +1. And what is
That's
the
right.
area code, Andrew?
+1 1-855-250-8586.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for chatting with us about Tech Rescue.
Of
I
course.
enjoyed our conversation.
Of course, for all your listeners out there, don't worry. Technology is still a wonderful thing. There's help if you don't understand it. Believe me, we're here to help.
Wonderful. Bye, Andrew, for now.
For now, thank you so much for having us.
You've been listening to Talking with the Experts with Rose Davidson, the podcast that brings you real stories, bold insights, and strategies that work. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube or your favourite podcast channel so you never miss an episode, and dive into our full library anytime at talkingwiththeexperts.com. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep talking with the experts.